Hey there, folks. I am Charlotte, the Gulf Coast Granny, and I live in South Mississippi. And welcome to my live stream. Um, I had a few changes in plans tonight because normally I crochet on Monday nights, but tonight my hand is killing me. I don't know what I've done to it, but it hurts in my wrist and up in my thumb and over here in this pinky. It's just radiating everywhere. So crocheting would be a challenge. So tonight I thought I would discuss my garden seeds that I recently purchased from a company called Renee's Garden Seeds. And it's online. You can see it online. It's I forget the actual website. Hey, Sonia, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Tonight, I was going to crochet, but something is going on with my hand. It is hurting and it's radiating up my arm and down my fingers, and I just did not feel like I could crochet with any um, with any finesse. So what I thought I would talk about is my garden seeds that I got from Renee's Garden Seeds. reneesgarden.com, I think is let me check and make sure because I want to be really accurate when I tell y'all about this. Yeah, reneesgarden.com is how you get there. And I will put that link in the description when I'm finished with this video. In fact, what I can probably do is, I don't know if I can do that or not, but I'll try. I think I can drop a link to it for anybody who's interested, because now look, I don't have a large garden, and that is one thing that I've been trying to do with this new makeover is find plants that will grow in a small space without taking over. Now, I haven't done a very good job of that because I planted tromboncino squash and also some Georgia candy roaster squash, but I only planted 2 of each. And I have 24 feet of trellis that I can use to grow things on, right? Oh my goodness. Welcome, Purple. Oh, Dreeny. I'm sorry. Dreeny, how are you? Thank you for coming in tonight. You have tendonitis in your right wrist. I don't know what's going on with mine. I just wish it would stop. I don't like it. I even took some Motrin earlier thinking it would go away, but it didn't. So, not yet anyways. But I've been trying, and Renee's Garden Seeds, I've bought from her before. A few years back. And I got on this kick of trying to find only garden seeds that would grow here in the South where I live. The sun is intense. It is hateful. It is oppressive. It's all the things. But I thought I would take a chance with Renee's Garden Seeds again, and I found some of the coolest plants. Now, I cannot plant half of them until fall, so I'm going to show you those first. The first one is this baby cabbage. It's called Pixie, and it's about hand size, you know. It says on the back, space-saving, early maturing baby cabbage variety, quickly forms compact, dense 5-inch heads. So they're 5 inches-ish. And perfect size for everyday meals, tightly packed. It only takes 60 days to harvest these, which is really cool to me because the quicker I can get them in and out, the better off in a small space I am. And I could also continue. It says plant them from May through June if you have cold winters. Well, I don't. So in mild winters, I can plant from February to April and then again from July to August so I can get a fall harvest. So that is really, and in fact, I could probably succession plant these nonstop all the way to probably the first week of November, and they would grow. So these are going to be great for us. Also a baby Napa cabbage called Little Jade. Y'all, is this backwards? I hope not, because I told it to mirror my screen. I think it is backwards. Urgh. Anyhow, that's what it looks like. It says it is little jade plants form dense, vase-shaped 8 to 10-inch heads, which is plenty for me and Poppy. My other kid, look, I got two little divas who live here. One's boy, one's girl. They're teenagers. They don't eat green stuff. I've tried their whole lives to get them to eat green stuff, and they won't do it. So me and Poppy, this will feed us. This one only takes 60 days to harvest. And I can plant that the same as this. I can succession plant this all the way through the fall. And some, well, I'm not going to plant any now. That's just, it's going to be too hot. It says February through April. That's not happening. I'm waiting till probably the first week of August. The third thing I got that I will plant for fall is the gourmet golden beets. I like these. I've never grown a beet before. Okay. I've tried for 10 years. This is my 11th. I have a few out there that are about this big. The leaves are about this big. We'll see if they grow bulbs. If not, I'll be eating beet greens, you know. So, yeah, I like golden beets, though, because they don't stain your hands as badly when you're cooking them and preparing them. The gold does not stain like the red beets do. And I think they're just beautiful. So there's that. Now, the ones I'm really excited about, I have to admit, baby butternut squash. Look at that, y'all. Isn't that adorable? It is, let's see, 1 pound. They weigh 1 pound a piece, and they get about 4 to 5 inches long. And that would be great for me and Poppy. I just cut one in half, cook it. Plus, they store just like a butternut squash, so they'll last for as long as I need them to last. All of these smaller plants, let's see, I don't know if it's all of them. This one in particular, I know, was developed by Cornell University for people who have smaller gardens, for small growers. Hey, Jane Doe, how are you doing tonight? Thank you for coming in. But anyhow, I have to admit that I've already planted some of these, and I bought some from Walmart called Honey Baby Squash. This is just called Baby Butternut Honey Nut Squash. But it's the same, pretty much the same thing. I'm real excited about those. My seeds came up probably 3 days ago, and now they only have 2 leaves on them, and they're about this tall. So we're there. This one I'm super excited about. Baby spaghetti squash. How cute are those? I love them. I love them. I love them. It says here, extremely productive vines bear dozens of 4 to 5 inch little mini spaghetti squashes. Excuse me. They are semi-compact vines, can be trained up a fence, a trellis, so the little golden squashes hang like ornaments. I can't wait. They cook up quickly. Let's see what else. It's just telling you a little bit about how to cook them with spaghetti sauce or with some, it says here, fast and easy to fork out their spaghetti-like flesh to top with pizza sauce or a little butter and grated cheese for a quick, nutritious, and low-calorie dish. After harvest, they store very well to enjoy for many good meals. Y'all, I'm going to plant a bunch of these. Hey, Lydia, how are you? Oh, Terry, I'm so sorry your back is hurting. God, I wish you could get some relief from that. By the way, they sent me this really pretty sticker, too, and I was happy with that. It looks like nasturtium. And I only know that because of the leaves, because that flower could be a petunia, impatiens, nasturtium, but those leaves are definitely nasturtium leaves. And then the last one, and y'all, I don't know if I can grow this or not. I tried growing these last year, and I got 3 on one vine, and once they were ripe, they split. You know what, Lydia? That's exactly what's going on with me tonight, and that's why I'm not doing any crocheting tonight, because my wrist and it's radiating up into my arm and down into my fingers, and I don't know what I've done, but I thought I would give it a rest. And since I got these today, I thought I'd just talk about them. Let's see. Okay. They are personal sized watermelons. And the name of it is called Mini Love Watermelons. And let me read this to you. It says, All American winner, super productive, easy to grow. Mini Love watermelons are perfect for large containers and small gardens. These early bearing compact vines yield pretty green striped fruits that are just the right size for individual servings. So watermelon lovers can enjoy having a whole fruit all to themselves. Mini Love's ruby red flesh is tender crisp, sweet, and succulent with few seeds. These crack-resistant little beauties are 4 to 6 inches in diameter and weigh 3 to 6 pounds. Hey, Jackie, how are you? I know it's late for you. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. But there's the little watermelon that I bought. Jackie, have you seen the rest of them? This one is supposed to take 70 days to maturity, which is pretty awesome for a watermelon. And the spaghetti squash, now that's going to take a little longer. It says 80 days on there, but that's still not bad considering other spaghetti squash take a little bit longer, maybe 90 to 100 days. Now the honey nut or honey nut squash, that is pretty average at 110 days. But these gourmet beets, they are 55-day seeds. And then the cabbage, like I said before, are 60 days each. But I am so tickled to have found these. There are other seed companies that have smaller plants, like bush cucumbers. And there are other companies that carry these little butternut squash and the little cabbages. But it's really difficult to find all of those seeds in one place. And that's one reason that I really like Renee's seeds, is because she seems to cater to people who have a limited space. Now she has other excuse me, I'm sorry, other seeds, that are for normal gardening with people with a lot of room, but she has a whole lot of these smaller plants that will grow in smaller environments. You could put them in a grow bag and put a trellis up. You could put them against a fence. You could do all the things. So I really am excited to see what's going to grow and what isn't. I was going to tell you about my watermelons that I tried to grow last year. I don't have a lot of sun in this yard. And I do get about 6 hours of sunlight, but there's an enormous oak tree in the back, right at the fence line. And every year it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and causes more and more shade. Now, as the days get longer, I'll get more sunlight. And right now, my tomatoes, my cucumbers, everything's growing beautifully. So I know it's getting enough sun. I even have little miniature cucumbers on my plants. I have baby tomatoes already. I have, that's probably the only thing that's fruiting right now. Oranges. I'm getting oranges on my orange tree. Now, It was already blooming when it got here. Probably was pollinated before it got here because I just received that about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. Y'all, I have a hairball and my nose is itching so bad. It might be time for Benadryl too. But anyhow, so what do you think of the seeds that I got? Because I'm really excited about them. Very, very. In fact, I think tomorrow I'm going to go out and plant the spaghetti squash and the watermelon. Because I have one grow bag that's empty and full of soil just waiting for me. And I also have a 2 by 4 foot garden bed full of soil that I was going to put flowers in, but I was thinking I could put the watermelon seeds along the edge, the front edge of that, even though I have a trellis in the back that they could grow up. I thought it would be really cool to let the watermelon vines drape over the front of the container. What do you think? Hey, God's Desire, how are you? I'll show my seeds one more time because I know God's Desire would love to see them. This is my little jade Napa cabbage, and they only get 8 to 10 inches tall, and they're for small space gardening. This is the Mini Love watermelon. It gets about 3 to 6 pounds, so personal sized. Then we have the baby spaghetti squash that is only about 4 or 5 inches long. And then I bought some more of the honey nut squash that are small. They're only 1 pound a piece, 4 to 5 inches in diameter. And then I got the baby cabbage, Pixie is the name of it. And it's only 5 inches around whenever at maturity. And I also got some golden beets. Now, one thing I do want to say is I don't think there's a lot of seeds in each one of these packets, which makes sense for somebody who has a small garden. You know, if you have 50-foot rows that you want to plant, or even 25-foot rows you want to plant, then you don't need, you need more seeds than this. And they're a little, I think they're somewhere around $4 a pack. So she is a little pricier than, say, Southern Exposure Seed Exchange. I get a lot of my seeds from them. But it runs about the same price as, say, Baker Creek. Yeah, there's not a lot of seeds in here. Let's see. For these spaghetti squash, there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 of them. I do too, God's Desire. I really like Southern Exposure. They're reasonably priced. They give you a lot of seeds, and almost everything in that website will grow down here where I live. You ordered the mini melon, the mini spaghetti, the mini Napa, and the Pixie. I know, right? It's very exciting, isn't it? Let me look in this and see how many watermelon seeds are in here. I'm really, 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 it is little. It is a little bit. It is a little bit. Let's see. Oh, now there's more. Well, not many more watermelon seeds. Let's see. 2. Y'all, look at these itty bitty seeds. Hang on. I'll spread them out in my hand so you can see. Gosh, I hope I don't dump them everywhere. These are tiny. Whoops. I'm trying. They're so small. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 to, oh goodness, there's 13. I don't believe in 13 being bad luck. So there's that. Um, now it feels like there's probably close to 30 beet seeds in here. I'm going to guess and say that. And then let's see, the honey nut, it kind of feels like there's more honey nuts than there was the other two. I'm going to go ahead and open them. Oh yeah, there's more of those. See? That's a handful almost. See, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, oop, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22. There's 27 of the honey nut, the baby honey nuts. I think one of the reasons that they put so little seeds in is because they are catering to smaller space gardeners. And if you don't have the space for a whole watermelon, you don't have a space for 12 watermelon plants. You know what I mean? Even if they are smaller. If they produce as much as it says on the packet, you wouldn't need much. And that's another thing. Yeah. Yeah. Now, you know, cabbages, it's a one and done kind of thing. And that's why I usually don't grow cabbage, because it takes up too much space for my garden. But if these are going to be small, I could plant 15 of them in one bed. Oh yeah, there's a lot of them in here. I'm not going to count them because they're so small. But if I had to guess, I'd say at least 50. And then probably the same with the Napa cabbage. I got to get some tape to tape these back up. Oh, maybe a little less. Maybe somewhere close 40 to 50. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe a little more. Maybe a little more than that. But definitely the Pixie had more than this one visually, anyhow. But the seeds are smaller. The Napa seeds are smaller than the Pixie seeds. Yeah, I hope it produces a lot. In fact, I'm tempted to take some things out. All of those green beans that I went crazy planting. Y'all, I have. This is no kidding now. I counted 109 green bean plants, just bush beans. That doesn't include the pole beans that I've planted. And I've got like, let's see, at least 25 of those, at least. So I'm going to have green beans coming out of my ears as long as if they produce like they're supposed to. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Here is the link to that website. Oh, it let me do it. Good. Hey, Jules, how are you? It's been so long since I've seen you. How are you, my dear? Are you planting anything this year? It is a lot. God says, I don't know what made me go crazy. Yes, I do. I know exactly what made me go crazy planting all those green beans. Was I had 4 different varieties of bush beans. And for whatever reason, I decided that I had to see what all of them were going to do for me. And what I did was I planted them around a bed of tomatoes because they're only 2 by 4 foot beds. So I've got 3 tomato plants and then bush beans all around. And then in the other one next to it, I've got 3 tomato plants and bush beans all around. So that's how I did it. Jewel, hadn't it been forever, Terry? Why don't you come up here and talk to me? Do you have a minute? Y'all, I don't usually do this, but for right now, I'm just going to ask if anybody wants to come up and chat. You're very more than welcome to do that. I wish I could. I miss gardening so much. Just had to come. Oh my goodness. Are you doing okay? I mean, was it successful? I remember you were having problems. That took a long time, didn't it? Jeez. How long's it been? Are you like fresh out of the hospital, or are you recovering a little bit now? I'm sorry. I'm so full of questions, Jules, but I haven't seen you in so long. I miss your face. So anyhow, I've got to carve out some spots to plant these. And Jackie, I wanted to show you. They sent this pretty little nasturtium sticker, which I thought was adorable. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I might stick it on my computer. Who knows? Stick it on my phone case. What I ought to do is wallpaper this back wall with stickers or something, because it is so bland back there. I really want to do something with that eventually. I know I like stickers too. I don't know why. It brings out the youngin' in me. So, guess what I made for dinner? Y'all, I totally destroyed dinner. I made that. I don't know if y'all were in Saturday night with Grumpus. Me and Grumpus were up on my live stream Saturday night. And Tom came up, and I was telling him that I had this beef shank that I don't know how to cook. I bought it because it was cheap, y'all. Okay. And I thought, well, I can do something with that. It's cheap. It was, I think, $5. So I had Poppy go to the store yesterday and get me one more. And they were big. I mean, they were probably that big, both of them. So it was enough that I could have fed all of us with it. And hey, Paris Lily, how are you? Well, that's all right. You can move just as slow as you want to. But anyhow, what was I going to say? Wait a minute. I don't know. Paris Lily, who are you? Are you Jules on another name? Anyhow, I'm so confused, y'all. I thought so. I don't know why I thought so, but I did. Just had a feeling. So anyhow, Saturday night, Tom told me I could make something called ossobuco. Well, he told me how to make it, and it sounded absolutely delicious. So I decided to give it a try today. And if it worked out, I was going to make a video about it later. So I did. I seared it like he told me to. It was smelling so good. And then I took them out and I put the onions and carrots and celery and garlic and some red wine, just a half a cup of red wine. Now I know the recipe calls for white wine, but I kind of don't. I don't know. I don't cook with white wine. I don't know why. I just never have. So that's all I had in the house was red wine. So you grilled up 2 T-bones and twice baked potatoes. Terry, I'm kind of jealous. But let me tell you about my dinner. So anyhow, I put it in the Dutch oven. And I put all the meat in the bottom, and I poured all that sauce and vegetables and stuff on top of it. And I put it in the oven on 325. And then I fiddled around the kitchen and I cleaned up this and that and ended up getting tired, laid down in the bed and went to sleep. Well, 4 hours later, I woke up and I smelled, it didn't smell burned, but it smelled like it was doing way too much. So I come running in the kitchen and I pulled it out and I opened the lid up and I'm like, oh my God, I've ruined it because it was really brown. All of the juice had disappeared and it was just mush vegetables in the bottom. And then I had this meat that looked like it was just dried up. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. So I called Poppy and I was so mad at myself. And I said, I ruined dinner. I don't know what we're going to do for dinner. You're going to have to make dinner tonight. So he's like, don't worry about it. I'll figure something out when I get home. I said, well, we have ground beef and we have defrosted chicken and that's it. I have other food. It's just, it was frozen solid, you know. And so while he was on his way home from work, I got to staring at that meat and I was evil eyeing that meat. Okay. I was like, yeah, you know, throwing some exclamation points and some at signs. And, you know, I was kind of cussing it a little bit. And it wasn't the meat's fault. It was my fault. I'm the one that fell asleep, not the meat. Okay. But still, I figured I would try to salvage this god awful dinner, right? So I asked my son to come in here and peel some potatoes for me. And I was going to make mashed potatoes with it. And so I started I used the pan that I had used to sear the meat in with the and then after I seared the meat, I put the vegetables in there and made the sauce with it. So what I did was I just wiped out a little bit of the sides to get the crumbs and the you know, the burnt bits. I got that out. I threw in some olive oil and a little bit of butter, sprinkled a tablespoon of flour all over the bottom after it got hot, and made a somewhat of a gravy. And then I poured the red wine in, and I put the garlic in, and I put the herbs in. I think it was thyme and something else. I forget. And then I chopped up some, well, no, that's not true. I browned the onions before I did all that, you know, just sweated them. And then I took all of the meat out of the Dutch oven and I put it in the sauce and I started just breaking it up. Y'all, you can overcook beef shank and it doesn't get too dry. I'm just saying, because I pulled a winner out of my fanny. Okay. I did. I pulled it out. I couldn't believe it. I told my son, I said, here, taste this. Tell me what you think. That's good, Mom. So I made the mashed potatoes and I made some broccoli, and that was dinner. And I couldn't believe it. So Poppy was really surprised when he got home. He said, I thought I was cooking dinner. I said, well, I fooled you, didn't I? I saved it. Next time I will not do that. Next time I will set an alarm on my phone. I will set the timer on the stove. And here's the thing too. My son had come home from school probably 45 minutes before that. And I know he smelled it cooking. You know he did. And I told him when he came in here to cut the potatoes or peel potatoes, I said, son, did you not smell dinner cooking? He said, yeah, it smelled real good. I said, well, why couldn't you have taken it out of the oven or come in the bedroom and said, hey, Mom, I can smell dinner, smell, you know, whatever. It smells done. Well, then I got to thinking, he don't know any better. He don't cook. So it's not his fault either. But I was trying to blame somebody. Y'all, that is the craziest thing though, because I don't overcook my food. I haven't burned something in a really long time. Now, and in my defense, and only because she cooks and roasts. It's good to see you. Um, yeah, I don't burn food. You remember on that movie, The Hill, many don't burn no chicken. Well, I don't burn my food either. But today I did. And it was just one of those days, you know? So, and look, she cooks and roasts. She's going to replay this and roast me all over Kingdom Come. So look at this crazy woman. She done got in here and burned up her food. You'd think she'd stay out of the kitchen if she didn't know how to cook. Oh Lord. But you know, I haven't made a dish like that in a really long time. Something that took time and something that this is no lie. This particular dish, if you ever make it, you got to put your love into it. It's not one of them dishes that you can just, you know, you can throw it together, but it's kind of a little bit special, you know, even though it's I love your version of it. That's the redneck version, I guess. The Southern Belle version. But no, that ossobuco, it sounds fancy, but it's not. I mean, it's really just a stew made with cow legs. Actually, it's the original recipe called for veal, but you can't find veal anywhere, you know. So I use these beef shanks. They're really just like soup bones almost. But they were round. They had a center bone, I guess the femur of the cow, and they just sliced through it all the way down the leg. So I'm telling you, they were that big. They were small saucer sized slabs, and they were probably that thick. And now Tom told me that the marrow was delicious. Y'all, I've never eaten bone marrow in my life, and I'm kind of scared to try it, but I did save it. It might end up going to the dogs, but I probably should try to taste it just to see. What do you think? Have any of you ever eaten bone marrow? Hey, Denise, it's okay. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. Thank you. And hi back. Hi back. Must be busy tonight in the nursing world. Mm. Thanks, Jane. Y'all don't forget to like and maybe share out the video. And if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, please. But I think most of you are. I don't have so much to talk about tonight. And I'm sorry. You've never had it, but it sounds good. You know what? Go find you a recipe on the internet. Also, buco. OSSOBUCO. I'll type it in the there. It sounds cool too. It kind of rolls off the tongue, you know. And there's a lot of different ways to cook it. I mean, you can like jazz it up and throw your own version in. I do that a lot. I never follow a recipe exactly because if I don't have something that it calls for, I usually just throw something else in there. You know, like if it says it needs thyme and lemon juice, well, shoot, I might throw in some basil and some vinegar. Who knows? But I enjoyed making it. I really hated myself for burning it up. I did. I was so mad. Y'all, I was mad. That's okay. That's okay. So, look, I got this yarn here. I've got 2 of these and 2 of these. And I was going to make a cowl with them on Friday, but I realized that they are a heavier weight than what I need to use. And I'm just wondering what I should make out of it since Joann's is closed now and I can no longer buy this. It's the Big Twist Baby Bear. So it's, but I've got 240 yards of each. So that would be 480 yards of each color. I don't know what in the world I'm going to do with it. Well, I'm not going to eat it cold, Terry. Good grief. I'm going to warm it up in the microwave and taste it that way. Doesn't it look good? It tasted, y'all, I couldn't believe how good it was, even though I overcooked it a little bit. It was still out of this world good. Have I done a sweat? I have done a sweater, and yeah, it's too hot to make sweaters. I was thinking about making some kind of stuffy with it, like a stuffed animal or something like that. Or I guess I could make a sweater for next year. I mean, you know, for when it gets cold. You know what might be cool? You might be onto something there. You might be onto something. I know you'd warm it up on a grill, but it's just the bones. There's nothing else. Why would I waste all that? Yeah, it's peach. It's a peachy color. In fact, there's not a lot of pink in that peach at all. Let me get it closer. Is that better? But a bunny would be cute. Hey, Rebecca, how are you? Thanks for coming in. I was just telling everybody that I've got 2 balls of this and 2 balls of this color. It's a number 5 weight chenille type yarn. Velvet, chenille, something like that. Micro polyester. And I don't know what to do with it. And She Cooks and Roasts had a good idea to make a sweater with it, because I really do like cozy sweaters. But my first thought was to make a amigurumi with it. So I don't know what I'll do, but I like the idea of a really cozy sweater for fall. Maybe I'll do stripes. That would be cool. Stripes would be nice. Jackie, you got any ideas for it? I should have bought more. I really should have bought more of that. And if I'd have known Joann's was going to close, I would have. Oh, speaking of Joann's and the Big Twist line of yarn, have y'all heard that Hirschner's is going to be carrying it? And here's my question, if you do know about it. Oh, the llama. Yeah. I would love to make a llama with it. I just don't know if I have enough. 480 yards of one color. Okay, my question is, if y'all know about Hirschner's taking Big Twist, do you know if they've only taken the overstock, or maybe they bought all of the closeout stuff and they're going to sell it on their website? Or did they buy the name? Did they buy the line of yarn? Good question, right? Yeah, the llama. Lap blanket would be nice too. But look, Rebecca, I don't sit still long enough to put a blanket on my lap, usually. Really. I'm up all over the place all the time. In fact, sitting here for live streams is a struggle for me. Yeah, isn't that interesting, Jackie? I would be curious to find out. I hope that Hirschner's has bought that line of yarn and that it'll just it'll just switch to a different store. That is my hope. But if not, if they list this baby bear, I'm going to buy a bunch of it because I really like it a lot. It's a thinner 5 weight. It's not, see that? And I have really small hands. I don't, this is another 5 weight. And look at the difference. Oh, fiddlesticks. See the difference? So it is a thinner 5, but I wouldn't call it a 4 because it's a little too thick to be a 4. I would call it a thinner 5. And I wish we didn't have to do that. But I like the color. Oh, which one? The dark orange? This is actually another loaf kitty cat that I'm making for my grandbaby. It doesn't have whiskers yet, but it's orange and it has eyeballs and his cute little ears. I don't like his feet, but I think when he gets stuffed that he'll look better. But she wanted an orange kitty cat, so I'm making her an orange kitty cat. I already made her a gray one because her kitty cat is gray. And she said she wanted one like her kitty. And I said, okay, I'll do that. Well, then when I gave it to her, she said, can I have an orange one too? Well, I'm the granny. What am I supposed to say? No, I'm not saying no. That does not happen. But let's see. My roses are blooming. My roses are blooming. And I can't wait till tomorrow because I have one rose bush called Twilight Zone that has the prettiest purple roses on it. Now, it's getting a whole lot of sun right now. So the depth of the purple is not going to be as deep as whenever it's in the shade. But it's still pretty purple. I have 3 purple roses. Hey, Mona, how you doing? Yeah, one is called Lagerfeld, and the other one is called Twilight Zone, and the other one is called Ebb Tide. Hey, Michelle, welcome in. Welcome in. Mona, you want to come up and hang out for a little bit? Michelle, anybody? I know Jules might be on her way. She's moving slow, but that's okay. There's a link just for anybody who might want to come up and chat with us. Mona, I got some seeds that you need to see. I bought those seeds from Renee's garden, and I got little miniature spaghetti squashes. I got miniature cabbages. I got miniature butternut squashes and miniature watermelons. Miniature watermelons. Assistant, what'd she say? Oops. Oh, I'm not good at this. Let's see. But anyhow, I got that, and then I still need to make my strawberries. I need one more strawberry for my triceratops. I got so mad at myself the other night because I couldn't make a strawberry that I haven't even picked it back up again. Hey, hey, Mona, how you doing?
What's happening?
No, are you still in Missouri?
Yeah, I'm
I bet
still
you're
here.
having a blast.
Huh?
I bet you're having a blast.
I am. I am.
Good, Good. How was the Fiber Fest?
It was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. My enjoyment was at Joanne's.
Joanne's. They haven't closed up yet where you are?
Not in St. Louis.
No
I
way.
went in there and spent $150.
Ouch. Ouch.
So I wasn't too happy when I went to the Fiber Fest, right?
Right.
I had
Oh my. Yeah, but you know
look,
what?
all I could do was look.
You probably got more for your money at
I
Joanne.
did. I
Yeah.
did. I did
And that's a
because
good
what
thing.
the Fiber Fest had to offer, the one that I was looking at was like $80.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah. So
They
I
were
was
real
like, for
stripper babies.
$80, did you see? You got to, girl, Jessica's just now leaving over
I promise
here.
you
She
did.
when she got off work, she came over here to help me pack this stuff up. That
Right.
girl is excellent in packing. Okay,
Is
she vacuum sealed everything, and I'm able to take everything
oh good.
back. Because I was thinking I was gonna have to leave some clothes, or ship it, or
Something.
when the way I had it packed.
Yeah.
I was over here. Every time I bend over, I was getting dizzy because my anxiety was kicking in because I
Oh
was just,
no. Oh no.
yeah, I was being extra
But so you're leaving soon
in the morning.
in the morning?
Yep,
I didn't want to say when.
6 o'clock in the morning.
Woo!
Yep,
Ooh.
my
Ooh.
flight leave out at 9:50,
Okay.
but Jessica got to be at work at 7.
How long does it take you to get how long is the flight?
2 hours.
Oh, that's not bad. And it's direct?
Yep,
Oh, that's nice. That's real nice.
I hope so.
Well, yeah. Well,
I hope it was direct. Yeah, because
you
it
too.
said we're gonna leave at 9:55 and we're gonna get there at 12:09. So yeah, 2 hours.
Okay.
A little
Okay.
bit, give a little, take a little, because when coming here, baby, that homeboy wasn't playing. He left early and got here early. Okay, he wasn't playing. And we
Well,
had a
maybe they'll do
smooth
that
ride.
soon.
That ride was so nice. It would make you want to fly again. It was beautiful.
I can't think of too much that would make me want to fly,
It was nice. I
except
don't
maybe.
mind flying. I want to get there. I ain't got time to be waiting. I want to get there.
See, and I like taking the slow scenic
No, I
route.
ain't trying to be slow.
Well, I
Mm-mm.
imagine, well, you had a lot to do up there. I mean, you just wanted to get there and have fun, you know.
Well, I didn't do a whole lot.
No, you went fishing
I sure did. I went shopping
and
twice.
shopping.
I went shopping with my Renaissance grandma.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And that thing that I ate last night, that net, ooh Lord,
What did you eat?
is these Seeks, I don't know. I can't even pronounce it, but it tastes the way it sounds nasty. Deskari or something like that.
Hang on.
It is
DESK.
nasty. Oh, I ain't even put the whole thing in my mouth and I was spitting it out, throwing. Look, I threw that thing so far in the
Oh,
trash. Look, I wouldn't give that thing to my worst enemy.
no. Where did you get it?
At the global store. She took me to a global store where they had everything. I had bought a jackfruit. I was gonna try jackfruit,
Oh, yeah,
and I was
yeah.
gonna try that, and I was gonna try that kamari. But the
Okay.
jackfruit was spoiled. It had mold on it and stinking it, so I hadn't thrown it.
Oh, gosh.
So because I was trying to wait till Sunday to eat it, I didn't know
Ooh.
it was gonna go bad like that. Or I would have ate it the same day. I would have tried it the same day.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It smelled so bad I didn't even try and get the seeds.
Isn't it supposed to smell bad?
I don't know, but not I'm not gonna eat nothing that smell bad. That's just like
Understand
that
that.
fruit that they call tuna. Have you ever heard of fruit called tuna?
No.
And I'm thinking that's what they call a prickly pear.
Oh,
And it smell
I've
like
never
tuna.
been.
It
Ugh,
smell like tuna.
ugh, that sounds
Look,
awful.
I'm adventurous. I'm gonna try
Mm-hmm,
anything once. But baby,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
I
mm-hmm.
couldn't get past the smell.
Look here. My daughter just texted me. Do you know she's been using I gave her one of those what is this called? Arrow garden type things?
Yeah,
Because I had three and I didn't need three, so I gave her one.
yeah.
She has been using it nonstop since January.
Okay.
She's
That's what
been
she's
growing.
supposed to
I
do.
know, but I'm surprised that she took an interest in it.
What? No, Mama doing it. So
Well, I was
yeah.
hoping that she would. That's why I gave it to her. But she's never been interested in gardening. She don't like to go outside. She likes to sit in the air conditioning. And so I thought, well, I'll fix her little red wagon. I'll get her something where she can grow stuff inside.
Right. And that was right on time for her. Like,
It
oh, I can
was,
do this
yeah.
while I'm in the house.
She sent me a picture of her little seedling. Well, it's germinated. It says, hopefully, I'll have some cilantro. You have to see this.
Oh,
Look, I know you can't see it real good, but there it is.
okay. I see it. Barely, but I can see it. Like a
She
shadow.
good for her. Good for
Yes.
her.
I know
I'm
you proud
really
of her
happy that
now.
she.
Made
Well,
a mama proud.
she's the one that wanted me to teach her to, what do you call it, crochet at Christmas time. Help
Okay.
me welcome my very good friend Jules that I haven't seen in forever.
Oh,
Hi.
hey, Jules, I remember her. How
You.
How you guys
you
doing?
doing?
Mona
Hi.
says, "How you doing?
Don't mind my mess. Hi,
You're so
everybody.
beautiful."
I had no makeup on. I look like
Who
shit.
cares?
Okay.
But thank you. It's been a hell of a ride,
You're
I'll
not
tell you
supposed to have
what.
no makeup on this time of night.
I put a little blush on, but that's about it. Because I look like
Girl,
death warmed
hush.
over. You
The only
know,
thing I ever wear
East
is
Coast, you
lipstick.
get no sun.
That's
Get no
all I
sun
ever
from
wear is
me.
lipstick. I feel naked without my lipstick.
Well, I like wearing lipstick, and but ever since I had my teeth pulled on top, which I
Hmm.
haven't gotten my teeth yet, because when I fell down the stairs a year ago, I knocked my front teeth out.
Oh, for goodness sakes!
What was left of them. So anyway, yeah. So I just basically had them pull all the ones on top because I had lost so many molars over the years. That
Right?
sucks getting old, y'all.
Yeah, it does. It's not for sissies, is it?
No, it's not. So
Um,
anyway, yeah. But I've been sitting listening to y'all. So what are you crocheting?
oh well, right now, really, well, I'm crocheting this little kitty cat for my grandbaby.
Okay, where's this yarn you're talking about? Because I wasn't looking. I
Oh,
was looking at my ugly mug and going to the bathroom.
these two,
Oh, those are pretty.
and it's real
Yeah.
soft and chenille. And I've
Yeah.
got, I guess, let's see, 480 and 480 is
480
540,
and 480.
540.
Wait a minute.
No,
480 and
no,
480? That would be 960, wouldn't it?
Okay,
960.
okay, nine. Never mind. I'm not good at math, y'all.
Well, because 400, 400 is 800.
So I've got 960 yards of this.
That's quite a bit.
It
Yeah,
is,
it is.
and if I
Do
make
it.
it, do what?
Do one of those cowls that you wear on your shoulders around
Well,
your
that
neck.
would be great if I lived where you do. But
Well, make it anyway. And if it's too, if it's too
it's
hot
gonna
for
be
you,
too
just
hot.
send it to me.
Send it to you.
How about that?
I'm not even kidding.
See,
I have this ratty old granny shawl I got from Walmart, and this thing's, man, I burned
no.
holes in it and everything else. It's still
Oh, no.
surviving.
Oh
But
my goodness.
I love this damn thing. I mended it, but it's just
It's
it's
a
ugly.
cowl neck thing. It's a big scarf, infinity type scarf.
Well, it's like okay, so it's like a big long wrap. It
Okay.
has little armholes in it,
Ooh.
but there's no sleeves. But it's folded down and tucked on the neck, back of the neck. So it has like a not a collar, but
Yeah. What
a
about if
fold.
it had a hood on it? Would that be cool?
A what?
A hood.
Oh yeah, you could do a hood
A
too.
hoodie.
Have that great big scarf. Oh gosh, that would be so warm and cushy.
But
I
yeah,
might have, I might have to make you something.
but it gets so cold here. I'm in New York, and I mean it's
Oh.
warmer here than it is in New Hampshire, but
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
I miss New Hampshire. I'm not gonna lie, and Vermont.
do you? Yeah.
It's so
Bet you
pretty.
do.
I just miss the country. The
Yeah.
mountains and all the trees and the
Well, you're
green.
not in the city, are you?
Less people. I'm in the suburbs. It's a nice town we live in here, but
Uh-huh.
I'm here with my daughter, but
Uh-huh.
and my grandbabies. But
Nice.
yeah.
Sometimes.
Mhm. Thank you for that. I concur. I do indeed.
People keep asking me, how do you like being a grandma?
Mm.
I'm like, yeah, it's
How's it
cool.
what day you ask me?
It's cool, I mean, but I'm still raising kids.
Right.
So I haven't had to, what is that song about make me miss you or something?
Oh
Huh?
yeah, you're gonna miss this. No, you're gonna miss this when you're gone, or no?
So,
That's
something like that. Basically, leave so I'll miss you.
oh,
Whoa.
okay, yeah, I was thinking of a
So
different song.
like when my kids grow up and leave home, then maybe I will crave
Yeah,
kids.
you don't appreciate it as much when you're there around it constantly 24/7, 365, and you don't get a
Yeah.
break.
Yeah.
You're not going to appreciate it as much. You know what I
Right.
mean? And
Yeah.
that's unfortunate because that's probably when we should. Because when we get busy
Right.
with our own lives and we don't spend that time or make that time to spend that time, then all we do
Right.
is piss and moan how much we miss our kids and
Right.
cats in the cradle, right?
Well, Poppy and I are trying to figure out right now. We've
Get
got
to be empty
time.
nesters, huh?
Well, yeah, my son will be graduating in 2 years
Mm-hmm.
finally. So,
So what are you guys going to do?
well, I don't know. And
You
that's
going to
what we're
stay
trying
there
to
and keep
decide.
homesteading, or do you think you're going
I
to
would
move?
I'd rather go somewhere a little bit cooler.
And I want to go where it's warmer. I'm thinking like desert, heat.
Desert might be good because it's
I
drier.
love the desert.
Do you?
Well, dry heat's a lot easier than humidity. I'm not gonna lie. I've
Yeah.
lived in both places. Like I've lived in the desert. I've lived where it's humid.
The
But
older I
you
get,
take your druthers.
yeah, the older I get, the less I can handle the humidity, though. It just
It drags you down. It makes you like,
makes me sick.
yeah.
You get out there in the
It
garden.
makes you more susceptible to heat stroke, if I'm not mistaken.
How about you, Mona? Do you like you like being in that weather
I
down
like the
there?
dry heat.
I like being in the heat. I don't like the cold at all.
Right. And
Yeah,
you
I
don't
don't
like
either.
snow.
It hurts. You got
Yeah, it
arthritis?
hurts.
I got arthritis
hurts.
bad. I don't like it.
Well, and that's the thing too. Poppy's got that ankylosing spondylitis. And
Yeah, that's not good. My sister has that. Don't mind my mess back here.
don't worry about your mess. We didn't.
Oh my
Hey,
God.
we didn't come to see your mess. We came to see you.
I'm living in my daughter's front room because I can't do stairs yet. I forgot to
Mhm.
ask the doctor that last Tuesday, but
How long's it been since you had your surgery?
6 weeks.
Well, you should be doing pretty good now.
Well, I am. He cleared me to put weight on my leg last week, so finally, because I couldn't
Good.
put any weight on it at all because of there was nothing left of it. Let's just say that. And
What is it?
I had a total hip replacement done on my hip because of arthritis, degenerative joint disease of my right hip is what they call it.
Oh wow.
Mhm.
So yeah, at the ripe old age of 60 years old, they got a brand new hip hard. Got all kinds of hardware in there now.
You know what?
Sure.
When you
God
get
help me if I have to fly, huh?
when you get good and healed up, you will feel like that's the best decision you ever
Well,
made.
you know what? My hip feels great.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Mhm.
What's hurting is my back.
Oh no.
Oh,
That's the surgery I was supposed to have first
Right.
until they discovered how bad my hip was because I fell in December and hurt my knee.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Told you it's been a year.
You're just beating yourself
Yeah,
up.
God thinks I'm the Rock of Gibraltar, y'all. I'm not kidding. It's ridiculous.
you
Mm-hmm.
know what? I know what it is.
What is it?
When we were kids, we used to watch the Bionic Man and the Bionic Woman, and she was like, "I want to be the
That was just getting.
Bionic
That was the
Woman."
prelude, right? That was to get
Right?
us ready. Now I
Right.
got a bionic hip. Yeah.
Mona, do me a favor and take over while I run to the ladies' room.
Sure.
Thank you,
Oh,
dear.
Mona driving, y'all. Watch out.
Look here.
Mhm.
You know, they got me over here diamond painting now.
You're what,
So,
Peyton?
diamond painting?
Oh, I tried that for a while. Oh, I can't even imagine how bad that would hurt. I was doing that a couple years ago, and it was so. I mean, it's a great way to just burn out of you. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
when you need to be mind numb for a while and you don't want to think about nothing.
Right.
You'll look at the square and you'll look at the dot. You'll look and you just put it where it goes, right? What
Yep.
color, what dot, right?
Right.
A square or whatever. So anyway, I still have some. They're packed. When I had to move, 3 years ago when my husband and I split up, I had to put it in storage, and that's where it sits. But I had a lighthouse one I was working on that was really pretty.
Well, what happened is I got addicted, right? So
Yeah.
I had to go to Wally World to get me one while I was here, so just in case I had some downtime, keep me,
Mm-hmm.
I found out
Keep you out of trouble.
that my wrist is really hurting because I'm holding the phone all the time, playing games all the time.
Yeah, you're
So I
giving
was
it
like,
something new to
well,
do.
it don't hurt when I diamond paint. So I figure I can do that.
Yeah.
But I've done two.
That's
when I
awesome.
before
You've
I came
completed
here.
two? I think I've only completed one.
And
Full one,
and
but
this is what I've done since I've been here.
Hmm.
wow. Yeah, I'd call that a
Oh
pretty
my
good addiction
goodness.
there.
Oh my
That's a pretty
gosh.
one. Ooh, I like that.
That is so pretty.
Isn't it though?
I love that. So how much you have left? Oh, it goes all the way up. Oh wow.
Isn't that pretty? It reminds
So I
me of
It,
the beach, and it's
from
so
here up,
it's groovy, damn it.
it is. It is.
but I'm like trying to use the colors that I have open. I don't want to open up no more. So I'm
Right.
moving
Right.
up, with
So
the
you
colors
didn't
that
get
I
the
have
kits,
open.
or you have all the? Are you using ones from other kits? You're just combining them
No,
all in
from
a
the kit
little
it came
container,
with.
huh?
It came with its own kit.
Oh, well, yeah, that's what I had, and it was. I thought it'd be cool to get those little. They have them for sewing stuff too, but like they're little individual plastic
Yeah.
compartments where you just flip up the top and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you could put the
Something like
different
this.
ones in different colors. Yeah, like that, but a really big one.
I got a real big one at home. I grabbed this one. I grabbed this one. But I got turned on. I was at Jessica. Jessica has everything, y'all. The girl has everything.
Jill said, she's like, I got it. I got it. Yeah,
This.
there you go. There you go. It's kind of like
This.
what people that do the beading, like Native Americans do a lot of the
Yes.
intricate little
I
tiny
have
beads,
this little kit here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I
see?
got at home.
Yeah. Yeah. I have one like that for my bobbins for my sewing machine.
But see, I've learned that they have different brands, so you can't mix them.
Oh, is in the
So you
color?
have
Because they have
you got
different
Timu
numbers. That's the
has
same thing
its
with
own.
embroideries, right,
You
girl?
got AliExpress
Mm-hmm.
have their
Mhm.
own, and then Wally World Leisure Art has their own. So you
Oh,
have to have everything in this
Yep.
own. But
And
see,
that
that's
makes
too
it
much
really
for
hard to
me.
like cross store them. You'd have to have one
exactly
like
because
a
the numbers is
you'd
not the
have to have
same.
a thing for each one. Like
Exactly.
this is
You
the
know
box for
what?
the Walmart ones. This is the box for the ones I get online or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
When
That makes
I'm finished with the diamond painting, I don't even save my drills. I just throw them
well, because of my arthritis getting so bad,
out.
like
Mm-hmm.
I can't in the morning, I can't open my hand.
Oh no.
If it's
Mm.
closed, it hurts. Oh
Oh
my
my
god.
goodness.
And then I have to like try to push it open. But this
Mhm.
finger, yeah, this one, that one.
Ah, so you can get that one.
Why I have arthritis in this particular finger worse than the others, I couldn't tell you, but I do. Probably
Just the way the cookie
overused
crumbles.
it. But anyway, it won't open in the morning. It does this. Does anybody else have this? It goes like this.
I have trigger finger, but
And
it's
it
these two
stops and
fingers
then it
that
goes,
get caught.
Oh yeah, I've got that in
oh,
this
and when it
thumb
does
right
it, it
here,
hurts. Oh my
right
god.
there in that thumb, and then I had it in one of these fingers before I got it in my thumb, but this one went away, and then I put the brace on my thumb because that one hurt. The one on my thumb.
Yeah.
This one didn't hurt,
Well, yeah, that one has a lot more. Yeah.
but I wore the brace for like 6 weeks at night, only at night, and it helped a lot, and it's fine now.
Yeah. Mine is still like I ripped a ligament in mine years ago,
Mhm.
like right here.
Oh my.
And they had to reattach it. I have a scar that goes like it kind of goes up that thumb, but I tore that ligament and I could lay my thumb all the way back on my wrist.
Oh my goodness.
Mm.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. It wasn't attached. So they had to go do surgery to reattach it. But yeah.
Lisa,
Hi,
welcome,
Lisa,
welcome.
lovely warrior
Good to
queen.
see you.
Hey,
Um,
Lisa.
I know Lisa. Hi, Lisa.
but yeah, I mean, I think that's what's wrong with my hand right now. That's why I'm not crocheting tonight. Usually I crochet on
Yeah.
Monday nights, and that's why I'm not tonight because my hand is actually it feels better now. I took some Motrin about an hour before I went live,
That will help.
and it is feeling better now.
Do you know
Not
they
like
make a couple different kinds of gloves for people with arthritis in their hands? So there's the copper ones. I don't like those. Don't like them. Sorry, they don't work. They're overrated. Whatever. They're
okay.
They have a little copper threads inside of them or
Yeah,
wires or
yeah,
whatever,
yeah,
and
yeah,
it's
yeah.
supposed to help. I like the sewing ones you can get at like Joann's, but Walmart sometimes has them, or you can buy them online.
Right.
Y'all don't have Hobby Lobby.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we
do.
do.
We do.
Well, they have stuff there.
Okay.
I
I'll
don't
check.
shop at Hobby Lobby.
What's that?
I
You
don't
don't
shop
shop
at
there.
Hobby
Stop
Lobby.
it there.
Okay.
I
Um,
do when
Online's also good sometimes, but yeah.
I do when nobody else has a sale,
Yeah.
but it's not
No,
my
well,
go-to.
they're expensive unless you hit a sale, you
That's
know.
right.
Hobby
Um,
Lobby is, yeah, I'm not gonna lie there. But they pretty much have everything in there. So if you're looking
yeah.
for
Well,
something
we
and you
have a
can't
Michael's
find
here
it,
too.
I
Right.
didn't think it was that far west because when I lived in
Mhm.
California, because I'm from California,
Right.
they didn't have Hobby Lobby out there. My daughter's like, "Come on, let's go to Hobby Lobby, Mom. You'll love it." So my form of torture and punishment to my children when they were little,
Was taking them to Hobby Lobby with you.
we went to the fabric store. We went to Joann's. I would spend hours in there, and they'd be like, "Mom,
Can we please go
oh,
home?
take me home, Mom.
I hate that they're
We're tired.
closing.
We're hungry."
I love Joann's, and they
I
really
know.
messing up my world.
You know what's crazy is
Yeah, I've been going to them
there's
for
two
years.
things I'm going to miss about Joann's. One of them is this. and the other is that Lucky Brand bamboo yarn.
Can you buy it online?
I haven't seen it anywhere.
Wow, Google it. Try
Mm-hmm.
Googling it, or try going on eBay.
Oh, I bet you eBay will have it.
You might find people that have an overabundance of some, or they bought out like a clearance.
Right.
Big
Or
chunk of
Ravelry
those
might have
ones.
it too. I bet Ravelry might.
And
People
some
want
yarn, there are yarn shops that just sell yarn. Expensive, I'm sure, but
I
I've
went
been to
and bought a
one.
whole bunch of that big twist.
right.
The big
Is that what
twist.
you got when you went
That's
on your
my
shopping
daughter.
spree, Mona?
Yeah.
Yeah, is that really big thick yarn?
No, it's a
No,
lot
Big
of
Twist is
yarn.
a brand.
Yeah, it's a brand
Oh,
that
it's
was
the brand.
exclusively Joann's. Um, but
I
I've
can
heard
crochet in some of
Mona.
them.
I was just talking
I'm
about
not going by what I heard. I'm just went on and bought what I could buy. And if Hirschner's, but I don't think they're gonna have Joann's price.
Well, here's my question,
Probably
and this
not.
is something I was asking the chat earlier. Um, I'm curious if Hirschner's bought the brand, or did Hirschner's buy all of the excess stock, the closeout stock? From
They only bought they bought part of the brand. They didn't buy all of it
oh,
I wonder why. You think that
because
someone would
they
want
bought
to
the
take
ones
advantage of
that
that?
making money. They didn't buy
Nobody.
the
I
ones that's not
see.
making money. If you ain't making no money, they ain't want to buy it. I mean, I get it.
Well,
Right.
yeah, but there are people that, like I was saying, like if you go on eBay, sometimes you can find that's like the best place to go when you're looking for stuff that
Mm-hmm.
it's hard to find anywhere else. You may end up paying a lot more. Plus, you got to pay the shipping usually. But
Right.
you know,
Right.
So
You
now
know,
we got to deal with Michaels.
I never shopped at
yeah,
Joann's.
change is hard. It sucks.
Well, one of the you know why I never shopped at Joann's, Mona? Because
No. Oh,
I
they
tell
did
you
something to you,
every time I ordered something from Joann's, it would take 2 or 3 weeks to ship, and then it would be the wrong stinking thing.
Yeah,
Oh, I
you
hate that.
did. Yeah, you was the one that put that on me.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to put that on you.
Yeah,
I
I
was
had
just
no
telling you my
problem until you said that. I was like, "What in the world?"
I'm
Like,
serious.
don't be dissing on my Joann's, okay? Just don't do it. Don't do it.
And whenever I heard they were closing, I'm like, well, no wonder.
Right.
You know, if the customer service is that bad and the shipping is that bad, and now every time I've ever been in a store, they couldn't be any nicer.
Right.
But
I think it depends on your location and the people you're
It
dealing
could be.
yeah.
with. You get a
Well,
different
not only
caliber of
that,
people in
but
some areas than others.
every time they got it wrong, I would call them and say, "Hey, you got it wrong. Can you fix it?" And they'll say, "Yeah, we can fix it." And they
Bring
would
it
fix
in, right?
it.
We'll change it out or make you happy. Something.
The thing is, it's just aggravating, when
That's
you're
where I
Maybe
took
they was
my.
having disgruntled employees.
yeah.
Well,
But
you get that too. A lot. That's retail, though. That's everywhere retail. They always want more money, but they don't want to work for it these days.
right.
They don't know how hard work is.
I've been watching this YouTuber recently, and I'm not going to say who it is because I can't decide if this person is trying to just blog her life or if she's e-begging.
If she's what?
E-begging. Internet begging.
Okay, I don't know exactly what that means, but
Well, it
I pretty
means
much have a good
get
idea.
on and talk. She talks about her low income life and how she survives on a low income. But every time she says, "Oh, I lost this job because it wasn't working out," and blah blah blah, people will send her money and things and food and groceries and all of this stuff.
There's a lot of that out there, though, and a lot of them, if they get enough followers that are dedicated to them,
Yeah,
they'll just keep coming back, and they'll send the stuff,
yeah,
but
I
don't put
understand it.
yourself out of sorts because you're sending money that you should be spending on your kids or your family, you know.
Right.
I mean, I'm all about being Christian and charity
And
and all
helping
those things,
somebody.
but
Yeah.
I mean, the good Lord tells us take care of you and your own first. You know,
That's
you can't.
right.
How can you help anybody else if you
If
can't?
you're
help
not
yourself.
taken care of, right? But you know, and then the other part of me, and all she does. We're talking about a 30-something-year-old woman who is still working fast food and entry-level jobs like that.
See, no goals in life, no
And I'm like, what is
ambition. She's using YouTube as that it sounds like without doing her research to make
well then? And she
her
talks about
channel actually something. I
she's
mean, that's what I have no content on my channel. I only have one video because I can't physically, with all my crap
right,
going on,
right.
I can't keep up with what the demands would be. You know what I mean? It's like
Mhm.
it's not fair to the people that come there to see you.
Right.
They want their video every day or once a week or
Well, yeah, they
whatever.
do.
They want it uploaded. They want to be able to depend on you.
Mhm.
And I can't give that to anybody right
Me
now.
Well,
either. I
everybody
can't
here
do it.
I
knows.
mean, nobody.
Everybody here knows Gulf Coast Granny is not dependable.
Well,
Hey,
I'm
sisters
definitely.
to soul living either.
I put up a video or do a live stream whenever I am able. I try to do it every Monday night.
But
Sometimes
you
I
do
miss
it
one.
with grace and humor because you'll just jump right on.
Well,
And
yeah,
and whoever joins. And if somebody can't, that's okay too.
that's
You
okay
know,
too.
that's kind of how you take it. You just take it with a grain of salt.
Right,
Like you'll
right.
see me when you see me, yo. Just get over it.
Yeah. Well, and you know, like today, I'm so glad y'all came up because I was really my mouth was getting dry when I was talking, and I was like, okay, I don't really have that much more to talk
I'm
about.
like, how do you look? I know I literally had to go change and put some
Mhm.
clothes on. And
You look lovely.
I had to brush this nasty matted hair I had.
Uh-oh.
Y'all, I cut mine the other day. Look, it don't look good right now.
Oh, see, I'm
And what's wrong with
praying
it?
I can get mine done next month for
Um,
Mother's Day.
well,
Mine got long, like it got.
I don't know what's wrong
down
with
my
it. I'm not
boobs
sure I
now.
love it yet.
It's cute. It's
Yeah.
sassy, like you.
I'm a little sassy.
A little.
My grandma used to call me sassy all the time.
Comments, anybody?
She would say, "Are you sassing me?"
She's a little sassy.
Well, yes, I am. As a matter of fact.
I think you're. Let me ask Poppy. Let me ask Poppy. What does Poppy say?
Don't you
What would
say?
he say?
Poppy
Would
would
he say
throw me under
a
the
little,
bus.
Paquita, or would he say a lot?
He would say, un más.
Hmm.
More than a lot.
Thank you very much.
Yes, he would.
I'm
Because
just
I'm sassy with him every day, just about. But he, you know, he comes
No,
back.
that's okay. You know what? Sassy people are my kind of people. 'Cause I'll tell you what. I got a whole lot
It
of
is
that going
okay to
on
be a little
myself. So.
sassy, right, Rebecca? It is okay to be. Well, you know, I have been a lifelong nonconformist.
Well, but you know what? Conformists,
And whenever
they're
people
a
try
dime a dozen,
to
you know,
conform,
and
I get a little.
revolutionists are not conformists ever. So how does things how does the world change unless
Oh
we have
gosh, y'all!
nonconformists?
Listen to what happened in my town. So
She
there
on
was a woman. I don't know what her political affiliation was, and I don't care.
it.
She was on the street. She's been out there for 2 or 3 weeks on this public sidewalk with a protest sign. Okay. Protesting government policies
But you're
that
right.
she's here for,
But
which is within her constitutional right to do that thing. She was not on private property. She was on a public thoroughfare. And you're not going to believe this. Yes, you will. Maybe you will. A retired police officer decided to pull up on her and beat her up and put her in the hospital.
Why?
The retired police officer who did not agree with her.
Well, he should do some time because he's not
He's
a
some
police
kind of
officer.
political
He's doing
vigilante.
the law.
He
Like,
ain't going to do no
you know,
time. He's a cop. He's not going to do any time.
That's a
He's
political
retired. He ain't no
vigilante.
cop no
He's
more.
not a
He's
cop
retired.
anymore.
Yeah, but
great.
you know how they are.
He breaking the law just like any other person
That's
in the
exactly right.
country that
Well-
would do something like that. He's not above it.
No, he's not.
Police
And-
officers are not supposed to be above it, but yet
but yet,
you're gonna get your dirty ones and your crooked ones and your ugly, mean ones and abusive
well,
ones.
apparently he was an ugly, mean one.
They're everywhere, and I'm
And-
sure you guys in the South deal with a lot more crap like that than
Possibly.
here. But
I don't know if we do or not. I think it's everywhere. But man,
well, I know it's everywhere. I just think you guys deal with a little bit.
I was so furious when I heard about that 74-year-old woman
Dang.
who goes
How
around
old was he?
beating up. He was
What did she do to anybody? You know,
62 or 64 or something like that. But you know, what is wrong with people? What is wrong with? I don't care what somebody else's political opinion is. It don't affect me one way or
Give a
another.
fuck. That's their business, man. That's not mine.
She
That's
wants to
not my
get out
business.
there on the street and hold a sign.
That's their
And
business.
that's the thing. She wasn't causing no trouble. She was holding a sign.
She
That's
was
it.
Peacefully protesting.
Right.
There's a difference. There was no
Mhm.
civil unrest there. There was
Right.
no problems. She wasn't breaking any laws, as far as
Nope.
I know. 'Cause I've
No,
worked-
no, she was not. And that's been established that she
I
wasn't.
mean, she's an old lady, and they.
So what they
beat
gonna
her.
do about it?
I don't know yet because they're trying to shut it up.
That is. Oh, of course they're gonna do the hush hush under the rug. Pay
In
her
fact-
off.
In
Hey,
fact,
let's buy her out. You know, let's just pay her off and.
I heard they wouldn't
She's
have
gonna
enough
live
money.
much longer
to
anyway.
shut me
She'll
up.
take the bite. She'll go to the Bahamas or something.
There
go on
wouldn't be
vacation.
enough money to shut me up. No way.
There's not enough tape to shut this mouth. What artist saying
right.
that, y'all?
That's right. And
Hey.
then a few weeks ago, we had this. I don't know. Y'all might have seen it on TikTok. If you're on TikTok, y'all had to have seen this. There's a restaurant owner here in town who decided to post a Facebook reel or Instagram reel or something like that. I think it was Facebook post. It was video post of him and his wife talking about how it was couples special night, but only real couples could show up, the kind that can produce children, male and female. I said, "Are
Now
you
look, I
stupid?"
keep my opinions to myself on that. My opinions are on that very topic, like every other topic, is to each their own. It's
That's
not our place.
You know
And
what?
if you got a problem with it, guess what? That's your own problem. Mind your own business. If you're minding your own business,
You wouldn't have
well,
to.
well,
You have
people
no
put it out
problem
there.
with anybody who treats me with respect and is kind. Period.
How about just be a
Yeah.
good fucking human being? How about that?
Exactly.
I
And
don't care what you are, what you believe, who
That's
you
right.
believe in. I don't care.
just
It's
be
not my
be,
business.
be kind.
As long
You
as
know?
as long as you're not pushing it on me to where it's nauseating, I'll be fine with that. You believe what you want to believe. That's
Yeah,
your
but you know
prerogative.
what? Respectful
That is
people
their
wouldn't do
prerogative.
that
Right?
anyway.
It's like mine is mine.
Respectful people would not do that anyway.
No,
They would
and that's the whole thing
ask
is
you,
be a
And
good
you
human
could say,
being.
"Well, no, I'm not interested in that." And they would say, "Okay, thank you for letting me know." You know what I mean?
Right, right. So you know, it's just people
But
can be so,
anyhow,
people
he
can be so
made-
small-minded. They forgot what humanity was really about, and whatever their affiliation might be,
look,
religious or whatever in life. There's good and there's bad. That's the way the
That's
world
what we
is.
need to be,
You
that's
know,
right.
really tripping about.
That's right.
Good and bad.
The evil people in the world.
Let's just get to the bottom of it. What kind of shit are you? Are you a good shit or a bad shit?
Right. Right. Right.
Because we can all be a shit. You know what I
Right.
mean? We
Well,
all got
here's
our moments.
Jules. If you're a business owner, are you going to publicize your opinions about certain subjects?
Oh, hell no. That
Controversial
would be
subject?
stupid.
Or are
It
you
would
going
be
to
like
say, I love everybody, bring me your money? Okay.
that's your
You know,
that's your business going
look here,
right
he has
there.
offended so many people in this town. Nobody is going to his restaurant.
Well, this is
And I'm
probably
like,
why,
good,
'cause they
good.
need to get with him
Maybe,
now.
maybe, just maybe, he's opened his mouth one last time.
How about he should shut his mouth and open his mind?
Exactly.
How about
That's what I
educate
think.
yourself on how
But
to be a good human being?
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess everybody has their opinion about everything. But long
Well,
as
like I've got my opinion about this right now, but you know what? If somebody doesn't want to buy into it, that's their prerogative.
mhm,
That's
mhm.
their human right, and you can't ever make anybody believe what you want to believe, and why would you want to?
I wouldn't want to.
I would just rather put good ripples out there and hope that they pay those ripples forward and maybe
Right,
backwards a little too.
right.
That's all.
Right.
Just be
Well,
kind.
guys, I've been on here for an hour and a half, and it's about time for me to head on out and go to bed. Know that?
She's like done, she
I'm
says.
trying so hard to get myself to bed before midnight.
Okay.
Oh, you didn't make it tonight, sweetheart.
Have a good
No,
one.
Well, no, wait. You're
11:46 here. Mona,
yeah.
thank you for coming up and hanging with me. I know you were diamond painting. I hope
Yes.
I hope you enjoyed yourself. And Jules, please don't be a stranger. I'm so
You
glad.
know what? You know what happened with all that though? Like, ask anybody that knows me on YouTube and ask Lisa, uh, our warrior queen there. She will tell you, like, I was like just gone.
Yeah.
Everybody thought I fell off the face of the earth.
Right.
I got locked out of my everything that was linked to my Google. I got locked out of
No
because that
kidding.
stupid secondhand verification. So then I tried to get the laptop my daughter gave me up and running, but when I wiped, my daughter helped me like try to wipe it clean to start over again
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
that stupid secondhand verification BS.
Finally got back in now,
It
huh?
took a year, okay.
Oh my gosh. Well,
So
Mona, you
between
have
that
a
and
safe
everything in my
trip
health,
tomorrow. And Jules,
Huh?
thank you for coming. I said you have a safe trip tomorrow.
All
yeah,
right.
have
Thank
fun.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Safe
And
travels
Jules, I
always.
hope
Yeah.
to see you again really soon. Everybody, thank you for coming in. All you chatters over there. See you guys later. I'll see you again soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.